When you've been out on a walk, say in a forest or along a street, have you ever looked at the ground and seen these tiny little red bugs, bright red, that look a bit like this? Well, if you have, these are known as mites. They're tiny arthropods, arachnids to be more specific, and they'll feed on the blood of other invertebrates, but also even cold-blooded vertebrates, such as reptiles and amphibians. But these are tiny, no bigger than a grain of sand, so harmless, right? Being that small. Well, get a load of this one. This is a giant velvet mite, and we found them in Arizona in South Mountain Park. But what about one of this size? I mean, this is the world's largest mite species we're talking about. Surely that looks big enough to puncture human skin. I mean, it's bigger than most tick species and they can do it. Well, you'd be wrong. These guys are actually no threat to humans, even of this size. This particular individual represents the adult stage. This is about as large as they get. And at this stage in the life cycle, they are no longer parasitic. They feed on ants and termites. The younger stages of their life cycle do still maintain a parasitic behaviour. And velvet refers to that fluffy coat they have, the bright red coat which almost looks like fur. Now generally it's quite rare to see these animals, as most of the time they live underground, feeding on the termites and ants. However, they do surface after heavy rain and storms. Now we didn't know this at the time, but when we came to South Mountain Park after a previous thunderstorm, the ground was littered with them, they were everywhere. But that was only for that one particular morning. After that it dried up and we never saw a single mite again. Now these giant velvet mites are certainly impressive specimens, but they aren't anything to worry about. But I hope you've enjoyed learning a bit about this strange animal. And who knows, when you head out back into Arizona after it rains, maybe you'll see some for yourself.